that was an interesting ending to the game. What explanation did you get from the officials when they called you and Coach Christian together?
Well, first, let me say this. Coach Christian's done a great job. After they beat, I don't know if it was Duke, I heard him say, we believe we can beat anybody, but we have one of the best backcourts in the country. And I think those players, Robinson and Chapman doesn't miss, Bowman, or Bowman, however he pronounces it, were terrific. But what a special individual offensive game by Ty Jerome. So that I want to start by saying. The explanation given to me was an incidental start of the clock by, I think, an official. I think they started before I think Zay tapped it. So the clock started before anybody touched the ball, so they have to go back to the original point of entry or original whatever the right word is. So then it was their ball with 3.1, and that was tough, but our guys did a good job defending two out of bounds plays, and mind you, we had given up a little bucket earlier in the game on their out of bounds, so you just worked hard, and that's conference play, and we fought for it, and hard to guard for sure, and made enough plays, but again, Ty's offensive performance carried us.
Carrying off that, Ty had a couple of games there in a row where he struggled. He got going at the end of non-conference. What helped him snap out of it? Was it just natural shooting? Did he do any extra work?
Yeah, he's played well the last few games. He even did a solid job. I know everybody at West Virginia got a little uptight about it, but one of the turnovers he had late in the game was not his fault. It was we didn't execute the play. We were in the wrong spot. A trap was run at him. He did some good things in that game. I sat down with him, showed him film, and said, "You're fine. He can play." I hope he's getting healthier. He looked like it today. He's been battling some stuff, but coming right, and he just works, just like Devin works, like Kyle works, like all these guys do. But he sensed what we needed. He made the big shots, and we had plenty of opportunities. Missed some close-up ones, and then they hit some tough shots. They sure did, and it made it a possession game.
Two very different out-of-bounds plays that they ran at the end. The first one looks like they're trying to run Bowman off screen. Was it Ty who stuck with him the entire time?
Yeah, I can't remember, but I know it's a play that actually Davidson runs something like that, and we did a good job with it. We were pretty good on the ball. And then the second one was I think they were looking for something up at the top, and then it was a fake handoff and keep, and they got the guy in the offensive foul, and he missed the shot, so in case they, whatever. And I thought maybe we'd have to play a third time to see if with 3 times was the charm. But they were very different. One was, look for the lob, and it was an ISO, and I thought our guys, we just said we got to win it with our defense. And, sometimes you get in those spots, should we switch everything? Should we do things that we do sometimes work on, but, our guys are like, let's win it how we're going to win it, the way we always play it. And they did the job, and Zay came out of nowhere and made that block. Unfortunately, I wish he would have blocked it and launched it, so it had 3 seconds left. 14 rebounds for Isaiah, too. Impressive.
Saw you went to that short lineup in the first half. What did you see, and is that something you might – I mean, why'd you kind of want to go there?
Yeah, there was a 12-2 run on them, and we took our starters off the floor. Our bench didn't play as well today. We were just – guys needed rest. Ironically, you look at 40-40-40, they play their 3 guys every minute, Bowman, Robinson, and Chapman. Our guys were playing hard. I thought we needed a break, so we went with first we played Nigel and DeAndre, and then we needed to get one of our bigs out, so I said let's go with our 4 guards, and we didn't execute and play real well, but that's a learning experience. First conference game that Nigel's played in the ACC, first conference game for DeAndre, and we're going to need some more from the bench, but again, it's just enough at the right time.
17 field goal attempts for Ty. Have you, at any point, told him to shoot more? And today, did you have to tell him to keep shooting?
No, I didn't. He just, he sometimes takes those long shots, and somebody, what's he, in the year, but they were going in today, and we needed it. I think he sensed it. His one of his greatest attributes is his feel and mind for the game, and I think he just knew it. And they're switching their off-ball screens off the 4. We were getting in there, but we were having trouble finishing some of our drives. Devin wasn't himself today, obviously, so I think Kyle was not shooting it quite as well, although he was 3 of 6. And I think Ty just sensed I'm feeling good, and I gotta take this over in some ways, but yet. I I didn't feel like he forced any shots. I actually think he should have had a couple more layups. He tried to drop a couple passes when he was right in front of the rim.
Tony, Kai Bowman come in averaging 17 a game. He had 30 against Duke. What was kind of working defensively? I mean, 5 points, 5 turnovers.
Well, Devin didn't have a great stat line offensively, but he guarded him hard. And then we put Devin on, was that Robinson, and Robinson made a tough shot with Devin draped all over him. It's not like, well, let's run at someone and double. You can't because they got other weapons. But I thought Kai had to – Kyle, Ty, and Kai. We got a lot going on here. Kai had to work for everything he got, and that's the best you can do with players like that. And a couple times they got to the rim, but then for the most part they worked. And we kept saying, make them chase us and see who's the last man standing.
Coach Bennett, congratulations on the victory. First of all, I was going to ask you, you got the big one coming up Wednesday against Virginia Tech. Just your thoughts and feelings about Virginia Tech and playing them, and particularly the play last year where the ball just stayed up there on the basket, that play.
And yeah, well, in conference play, they're all big, but Virginia Tech, as I said, the job Jim has done at Boston College, the job Buzz has done, that's what's making this league, it's just, you know, the depth in this league and the quality is there. And we know what that is like in that environment. Or those of us who've played in there, they're good. They're playing. You saw how well they played against Kentucky. They have some extra prep time. They don't. I think we're their first ACC game, correct? They did not play today. I think that's what I.
Tomorrow at Syracuse.
Oh, they play tomorrow?
At Syracuse.
Oh, then I'm wrong. Oh, I thought they did. Okay, I asked Ronnie Weidman. I'm going to get him. That's his mistake. It's his first mistake ever. No. So they're there. So they don't. But heck of a program. How they've built it. How they play, 4 guards, fast, efficient offensively. But, you know, we were so consumed with preparing for Boston College and handling that, and now we got to go into a tough environment and hopefully be ready to play.
Tony, you mentioned that you sat down with Ty and told him he could play. Was he in any kind of a mental or confidence funk that you had to try to pull him out of?
I don't think so. When I say I sat down, it was just after the West Virginia game. I know he was discouraged because of a couple of those turnovers late in that game, and I wanted to show him. My intent was because I watched that game closely, and I remember I got asked by someone in the media room, you know, how thought he was really struggling, and I was like, I didn't feel that in the game. I didn't feel that. I saw those mistakes. I thought, you know, he did some good things, so I watched the game closely, and I thought he played well. And then maybe people can disagree with that, but I wanted to show him, here's some of your breakdowns. Here's some of the things we made mistakes, but here's where you were effective and good. We need you on the floor. Don't ever doubt yourself. And I don't think he does. You just keep coming. That was just after the West Virginia game. He's played some good games, not some games where he wasn't as solid, but we saw flashes last year, and he's hopefully stepping into that role this year.
Your reaction to the stat sheet indicated that you were maybe surprised that Isaiah had 14, which is a big number. Is that the kind of contribution, though? I mean, not a ton of points, but the rebounds, the blocks, the steals that you need from him, or do you need more out of him on the offensive end?
I mean, he gives you everything he has. He almost made – that was a 3 that he took, and that was in and out. Did he get the offensive rebound to save it, or did Jack get that one? Ty got it. All right, shows you. You know, you just see him – huh? Yeah, career high, 14 boards. He made some nice post moves. I remember when we played Rhode Island, they did the same thing. They switched. And when we did get into Isaiah, he made a couple nice post moves. But I think he has to continue to be assertive and look for a perimeter shot or a post move. But like Ty, like Isaiah, you got to trust guys' instincts and feel and not overcoach them.
Just go ahead and ask.
Yeah, Tony, Isaiah, the last 5 seconds and 3 seconds twice over, he makes 3 back-to-back defensive plays that win the game for you. What does that, what are you used to seeing from him doing that day in, day out?
Yeah, if you would have been here for the Hampton game, he had a stretch of plays like helped on a ball screen, poked the ball away, ran the length of the court, dove, sprawled, called a timeout, and it was just one of those stretches. And my comment was, let's hook our wagons to that young man with his effort and his willingness to do whatever it takes. And again, there's another example of that. And again, all of our guys work hard, but he has something innate or something inside of him that just the way his mind works, he's a great anticipator. And that's what great defenders are. They don't react, they anticipate, and he's so continuous. Those are the hardest things to teach young guys coming in from high school. Can you anticipate defensively and be continuous? And he has that at the highest level.